What's going on? What's up? What's up? Good morning. We got a morning edition. I'm back again. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to y'all. Welcome to the BS with Hannas podcast, YouTube show, etc. Let me check my audio real quick just to make sure on this fine Sunday morning. On this fine Sunday morning, we are out here live. Got the audio. Cool. I switched an XLR cable. I wonder if that was my issue. That's okay. Yeah, it's a Sunday. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, all you fruitful kid-having motherfuckers. Happy Father's Day to y'all. I don't have kids, so I don't get a happy Father's Day. Instead, I get to go to work. I get to work an extra day this week to keep my boss happy because that's the kind of fucking guy that I am. And hopefully I'll get to see my pops later. Father's Day is I love my dad. I'm very fortunate to have been raised by the man I was. So it's not something I take lightly. I try to send a bunch of texts out every year to say Happy Father's Day to people. And then there's a Father's Day and Mother's Day are kind of fucked for some people. You know what I mean? I lost my mom. My mom died when I was 17. So for a bunch of years, that was in 2009. So that's 16 years ago. For a bunch of years, Mother's Day fucked me up emotionally and shit. People that don't have a dad, this day kind of, at least in my experience, the big days, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, like those days would always kind of pull at the heartstrings for me. And for a long time, it was really hard to deal with. But as they say, time heals all wounds. I don't know if they heal, but scars cauterize and they fucking, get more manageable. I found in my experience that, to those who don't have fathers or something on this day, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a fucking hard thing for a lot of people. And there's no real good way to say it's not, There's no way you can't really pat someone on the head and say, oh, it's okay. Because it's fucking not if you're in that position. You wouldn't have been able to shake me out of the fog and the haze of it for a bunch of years straight. Once my mom died, every Mother's Day was fucked up. Every Christmas was fucked up. Every Thanksgiving was fucked up. And I've learned that grief is a relationship that enters your life and you don't really have a choice in the matter. And it's something you kind of just have to learn to manage and feel your way through it and become at peace with it. And there's nothing good about it. From top to bottom, it's fucked up. It's hard ass shit. Some of the hardest stuff I've ever fucking had to deal with in my life emotionally, which lends itself to spiritually and therefore habitually. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. To those out there that got kids, happy Father's Day. To those that don't have kids but have their fucking father, tell them happy Father's Day. Tell them that Hannas says happy Father's Day. And to those who don't have it, heart goes out to you. Shit sucks, but fucking remember them and honor their memory and love. That's my PSA for today. As for me, it's just another day. Hopefully I see my pops later on, but I got to fucking woke up, took my walk, did some reading. Here I am talking to the people. I got to go bang out some squats in a quick session before I go to fucking work. It's all good in the hood, dude. My readings this morning. Well, yesterday, what was I talking about? Talking about the war. We'll see what happens today. It's funny because it's the fucking politics and wartime shit is like, to me, it's stress inducing. And I need to manage that. I need to apply some more of the Stoic teachings, so to speak, instead of being so concerned. I get in the habit of starting to scroll. You know what I mean? Once the sun goes down and bombs start flying, I'm like, fuck, I need the play-by-play. Where's the commentators? But at the same time, I have a tremendous disdain for the commentators and talking heads and pundits. And it's just such a fucking weird thing. But I guess that's also the product of growing up and being socialized in a war, in a Cold War of sorts that we're just so used to. Today we're at war with East Asia. Tomorrow it's with Eurasia. War is peace. Sure, man. It's fucking just one of those things. But, as I wake up and take my walk, I'm like, damn, it's a beautiful day out here. A little cold. It's unseasonably cold June. I thought global warming was going to heat this whole motherfucker up, but neither here nor there. And it's just, a new day. Get the fuck after it. The readings today in Don't Sweat the Small Stuff was basically saying everything is a test. And I've long held that belief that everything is a test. most of the development oriented stuff that I consume points to that conclusion as well. Every single thing is a test. Every bit of obstruction, every bit of resistance. What you gonna? It's what I was talking about yesterday too. These are lifetime principles. What are you gonna do with it? I fucking didn't feel like getting up out of bed at all today, but on a small level, it's not an important test. But am I gonna stay in bed till the last fucking possible second, or am I gonna get up and do something first? Blah 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 blah. Like these. This is just how it is. I have a feeling that in the coming weeks and months or whatever, that's going to be a very important subject to think about and ponder throughout the day. What are we gonna motherfucking do with it? You don't want to fail tests, and it's funny to me because growing up in school, in the school system, we're meant to. The tests are either pass or fail, and that's pretty much the binary thinking that we're operating in. Either you do it or you don't, and there's a lot of merit to that. There's a lot of merit to it because in real life, results are what matters. Intention doesn't matter as much unless I don't really know how to fucking phrase it. Good intentions mean something. They definitely mean something. They mean a lot, as a matter of fact, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. And I don't know if the metaphorical test is applicable here even. Yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking very interesting because I get pissed off and I get triggered and I get irritated and I fucking struggle with anger and I struggle with fucking just like getting sad, both of which tune me out of fucking reality and move me further from my ideals and my ideal way to carry myself. I can only look at those as tests. Something fucking hits me in the right place and if I start seeing red and I'm just fucking mad, that's a test. And if you fail and do something stupid, well, you failed. And now you did something stupid. So now it don't matter if your intentions were good. If you're pissed off in a righteous cause, like these fools on the street and shit, what happens? You go to a protest for the right reasons in your mind, and you fucking do the dumb thing, and you get shot in the nuts with rubber bullets. Seen this headline: this bull in like L.A. I think got shot in the nuts with rubber bullets, and now he's got to get his testicles surgically removed. You shouldn't have been there, dude. You failed the motherfucking test. Shame on you. Now that's a gratuitous, extreme result, but I found that to be the case too. And by nothing but the graces of God have I been able to keep going in life because there's many, many, many tests that I failed. Some of which are subtle, and I think there's a certain karmic weight that I still kind of carry that kind of manifests itself in stress or negativity. And sometimes nothing but time is going to fucking alleviate that. It's all very interesting. It's all very interesting to me. I don't really have a great takeaway from it besides keep going. The masters of this stuff, the wiser men than me, the fucking more prolific, intelligent people of the world who've written things and spoken things. And, the teachings all point to that is just keep going, just fucking keep hammering, keep staying after it and let the rest work itself out. Do your part to have good input and let the outputs or something fucking like that. I don't know, man. I'm reaching through it. But yeah, everything's a test. Don't sweat the small stuff. But yeah, what the fuck ever. What I got today. The Stoic reading wasn't very good today. But that's okay. And I seen Mr. Ryan Holiday was bringing his child to the fucking protests in his neck of the woods. I think he lives down in Texas. And I like Ryan Holiday. Never met the man. I'd be interested to meet the man and talk with him and fucking pick his brain because he's a smart guy. He's an academic, real book lover, a philosopher in the definitive sense where he's a lover of wisdom. But then, it's funny to me when you see Ryan Holiday on Instagram with his fucking kid with a cardboard sign at a protest. He's wearing a Megadeth Peace Sells, but who's buying t-shirt. So like, I see what he's doing. Because when I go to vote, I'm wearing a fucking Havoc, give me liberty or give me death t-shirt, or a Black Guns Matter, freedom over everything hoodie. So like, I get the aesthetic. Like if you're a metalhead and you're into that kind of culture, I see what you're doing, going out there in the world and doing that. But like, just seems weird to me, something fuck. And all the protests and shit were peaceful yesterday, but I don't know. It's just fucking silly. And then in his comment sections, there's people lighting him up. People lighting him up. Not very stoic of you to be a leftist, Ryan. And then here comes the echo chamber defending him. And now here's the fucking comment section, political discourse and this, and that. And it's like, guys, like, let the man fucking do what he wants. I think he's got outstanding thoughts on, stoicism and the history and the philosophy, and academically, I find him outstanding. But, I'm not a high tier academic myself. Even if I like to think I am, I'm not a fucking high tier collegiate fucking example of scholarly excellence. I'm decent. I'm way better than the layman, than the average fool on the street. But again, the average fool on the street is borderline fucking illiterate. So compared to low standards or no standards, I'm outstanding. But once you get into that realm of higher echelon, people who know what the fuck's what, I don't know. I need to fucking put myself in those rooms more often, I guess. But, it's like, it's just super, super interesting to me, going out there and protesting, no kings. Like, dude, there's no Caesar. The orange man is not the fucking Caesar of the America right now. Like, take it easy with this shit. And it's just fucked up bringing your kids in there. One wrong thing, and, you failed the test, bro. Whatever. I fucking digress. But in my in my book from Mr. Martin Meadows today, there was a passage, a stoicism passage, which I like. So let me hit this one real quick one time. This is from Epictetus. I do like Epictetus. From Epictetus: people with a strong physical constitution can tolerate extremes of hot and cold. People of strong mental health can handle anger, grief, joy, and the other emotions. That's right. Stoicism 101. Strong mental constitution. That's what we need, especially as fucking things get fucked up out there. And, that's a level 1 to it. That's level 1, having a strong mental constitution to deal with the world. Level 2 seems to be having a strong mental constitution to deal with yourself. And then flourishing in yourself, tending to your mental garden, tending to your inner world, and that will change your experience with the outer world. It seems like it's a cyclical kind of thing, in my estimation, as I'm as present as possible, going about my business, learning it. That tied into the reading today with, as Bill sees it, my AA daily reading book, which today's chapter, the title is Fear No Evil. I'll read the first paragraph of it. This is from Bill W., the founder of AA. Though we of AA find ourselves living in a world characterized by destructive fears as never before in history, that sounds familiar, we see great areas of faith and tremendous aspiration toward justice and brotherhood. Yet no prophet can presume to say whether the world outcome will be blazing destruction or the beginning, under God's intention, of the brightest era yet known to mankind. There's a fork in the road. Wherever we as a collective go depends on us as individuals. So I'm just trying to do my part as an individual. The test to me today is making sure I check all my boxes, get up and get some steps, do some good reading, talk to the people, put something good out there. Even though I struggle with, I'm really conscious of when I'm out here on a microphone talking shit. I don't want to be a negative, pessimist, cynic, sarcastic, angry. I'm a lot funnier. The fucking guys at work were telling me the other day, they're like, yo, you're a lot funnier when you're angry, way. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to be this angry fuck. I don't want to be this pissed off curmudgeon. That shit's funny when you're an edgy teenager. I'm a grown-ass man. I need to be a better example. And if you get angry, you get angry. Don't fail the fucking test, though, hombre. That's what I think, at least. Anyway, 15-minute mark. Got to start moving, keeping it moving on this fine Sunday morning. What do we got? Let's get some positive thinking. Norman Vincent Peale, something positive for today. June 15th. Right eating, right exercising, right thinking, right praying, right living. These tone up vitality. So, yes, sir. I agree. So let's start there before we start fucking pointing fingers. Anyway, business calls. Got to do what I got to do. Where am I going with this? Thanks for hanging out with me on this fine Sunday morning. This is the BS with Hannas YouTube show, podcast. You can find it on YouTube, going live on YouTube at some point in the morning. Technical difficulties pending. You can find me on YouTube, Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Audible. You can find my music, heavy blues metal, some hard fucking rock and roll. NikkiBHannas.com, NikkiBHannas.bandcamp.com, Nikki B. Hannas on all streaming services. The outro music today is Don't Mean Nothing. Nikki B. Hannas, I'm out. One love. Happy Father's Day, y'all. Peace.